name is Ehi Ryan and I am your host. Today we're going to be talking about actually an issue that affects just about every girl out there, predominantly black girls, natural hair. How do you stay nappy and happy, or are you nappy and frustrated? Today I actually have some very good friends with me on the set today, Saji Catcook and Mbang Simon. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Okay. Saji is an anti-natural man. He cannot stand natural hair. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you would never ever date a girl with natural hair?
No, I don't prefer natural hair.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much I prefer hair that is straightened and properly taken care of.
Why is that? What is your perspective on natural hair?
Let's just say it's not smooth and it's not easy to handle.
Okay.
I like to run my hands through my lady's hair.
Oh wow, okay. And Mbang is actually a weaveaholic, right?
Yes, I am.
I understand you're addicted to weaves and you cannot do without weaves.
Yes, I'm a self-professed weaveaholic. I've accepted it and I'm dealing with it. But yeah, I just love my weaves. I just think that, you know, there are certain looks that I can get with a weave that I can't get with natural hair.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But like I said, it's not that I have anything against people that wear natural hair. It's just my own personal expression, my own style.
Okay, so what is your perspective on natural hair? What comes to you when you see a girl rocking a nice a fro or natural hair?
It's definitely, you know, an individual choice, and there's nothing wrong with wearing your hair natural. I've seen girls that wear their hair natural. It suits them and it's convenient for them, but for me personally, you know, I'm all about convenience and versatility. You know, I just like to be versatile, and I can do that with my weaves.
Okay. When did you get your first weave?
The first weave I ever got was for my grade 8 graduation. A family friend of mine decided that it would be a good idea that, you know, she would help me out and do my weave for me. So we went to the hair store, she did it for me, and you know, when we got it done, I thought I looked like Beyonce. Nobody could tell me nothing. I was looking good, but you know, looking back in hindsight, it wasn't that great.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, ever since then, I noticed that it took less amount of time to do my hair with a weave than it would take with my own natural hair. So I think that's kind of what brings me back to the weaves all the time. It's just, I can just get up and go.
Mm-hmm. Now, Soji, like you just heard her, it's a rite of passage. It's a big occasion to get your first weave done. So, I mean, what would you say to your daughter, your teenage daughter, who is saying, "Daddy, I want my hair straightened now," and you know maybe the relaxer or the product is not good enough for her, but because of your opinion on natural hair, do you think that would actually affect her confidence or her self-esteem?
Well, I'm sure if the products aren't good enough for her, we'll probably get one that she'll be able to do with.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking back, I remember when my younger sister got her hair first done, she was probably about 14.
Okay.
And since then, you know, it's been easy for her to rock her hair and do what she likes. So personally for me, if my daughter wanted to get her hair done, 13, 14, I'll say sure, go for it. I really won't mind. I will even take her to the salon myself.
Okay, do you think that takes away from, you know, letting her make her own personal decisions, in the sense that I know you have a view on natural hair and your perspective is not so, you're not really into natural hair like that. So do you think that would affect her self-esteem or confidence, seeing that she was born naturally with a fro? And what would you advise her if she came back from school one day and said, "Daddy, I want to get my hair straightened because every other girl in class has her hair bouncing along like that"?
Well, an afro is thing of the 60s and 70s.
Oh, okay.
We're in the 21st century here.
Alright.
So definitely we have to move with time. So I would say definitely she should get her hair straightened. And,
Well, you should probably, I think, like, you know, you have to be very reasonable about it too. You know, you don't want to give your child a perm when you know their scalp cannot handle it, right? I mean, I think your child has to be at a certain age before you think about giving them a perm or a weave. Because once, for me personally, like a weave kind of does something to your self-confidence, right? I mean, it's not something you want to put on a child at a young age when you know that she doesn't really know who she is yet as a female, right? So I think, you know, you want to hold on.
But is 14 okay?
I think 14 is actually young to be putting, you know, weave in a young girl's hair. Weave.
Okay.
Relaxer is maybe another issue. But for weave, I think 14 is kind of young.
Okay. Now that brings me to my next question, Ben. I know they say woman is the hair is a crown of a woman's glory. What would you feel any less beautiful when you don't have your weaves on? Have you mistakenly ever had gone out of your house with your natural hair?
Yeah, it's happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care. I mean, I don't think that badly of my hair. But you know, it does take time for me to do my hair, and I'm only gonna do it when I know I can accomplish the whole thing. I wouldn't do half and go outside with my hair and
Right.
but you know, like I said, natural hair is a personal choice. For me, I probably would not go natural.
Mm-hmm.
And if I did go natural, it would be a natural weave. Just because, you know, my natural hair it might not be as full as I want it to be. So, you know, add pieces to spice it up.
Mm-hmm. Is that probably because you haven't tried to rock it natural before, or you just don't want to do it at all?
Natural hair just requires a lot of work. And like I said earlier, I just like the fact that I can wake up in the morning, like if I have to go to work, I'm not trying to spend 30 minutes on my hair. Like I just want to, you know, if I have to straighten it for 2 seconds or 2 minutes, that's all I want to do. I do not want to have to curl this or braid that or just, I want to just go.
Fair enough. Now let's talk about maintenance. How much would you say you invest on your hair on an annual basis?
Well, I do my hair about probably like once a month. And I try to spend, I mean, depending on the type of hair, if it's human hair, synthetic hair, it can range anywhere from like $10 to the most I will ever spend on a pack of weave is maybe like $40.
Oh, really?
That's the most I'll ever spend. I have a friend who, you know, she buys really like the top quality human hair and she spends about $100 a pack. And she has even told me herself that like she likes it. She likes it, but it's really expensive. But for her, it's addictive because it's just such good quality.
Right.
But I can't do that.
Okay. I know we're speaking backstage, and you told me how you were discriminated actually because of your your weave. That is unheard of. What do you think of that, Soji? Like she was actually somebody actually told her, why'd you have a weave on?
I think that's ridiculous and outright jealousy. If someone can't afford a weave, they should hate on someone who can afford a weave.
Well, this person wasn't hating on me because of, you know, because she couldn't afford it. For her, it was, you know, an ideology that, you know, because I wear weave, that makes me less black than she is, which is kind of ridiculous because obviously you see my skin tone. You know, I'm not trying to be white. It's just not going to happen. No matter how much I bleach my skin, no matter how blonde my weave is, I'm not trying to be anybody that that I'm not.
Okay, now have you ever had the incidents where people try to feel your hair and it's all attracts, or it's raining and your hair freezes on you? What kind of uncomfortable situations have you had with your hair?
Well, the one that I have to deal with the most is at work. With coworkers. Having to explain to them every month that why my hair keeps changing. Right? So there was one time I actually had to explain in detail the total process of like the sewing, braiding, buying the hair, the types of hair.
Yeah, because you come to work one day, it's a short hair, and all of a sudden the hair is grown.
Yeah.
And you know the next week is short again. So
I mean they're fascinated by it.
Okay.
So it's interesting.
Okay, well, the most important thing is you guys are doing, you know, you're doing exactly what you want to do and you're having fun with it. You're not trying to be somebody else. Because I think it's key to really take a stance and just be that person. And as for you, well, I hope you get to date somebody who has a long, curly, straightened hair that you can run your fingers through.
Thanks so much.
Thank you guys for being on the show. As you have heard it, you just do what suits you, do what makes you happy. If it's natural, if it's a weave, whatever represents you and identifies you as you, just do that. Thank you for watching the Bourgeoisie show. Don't forget to check out our website. That's www.tafikalive.com. And thank you so much, Saji and Bang, for being my guest today.
Thanks for
having us. Thank you. Have a good one, guys.
So how long have you been nappy for?
Since I was in my early late 20s.
Wow. And do you think the perception of women carrying nappy has changed?
I'm not sure, and I don't care.
I like that.
I think there's still an attitude that it's not really cool.
Do you think people judge you based on your hair, like your nappy hair?
Absolutely, and they judge me based on the mohawk too.
Wow. How long? How'd you maintain it?
My sweetheart cuts it for me.
So what kind of judgments do they pass on you? Do they exert certain behaviors to you, or?
My favorite was a little girl. I was getting on the bus, and she looked to her mom and said, "Mommy, is that a lady?"
Okay, let's talk about your hair. What you do to maintain it?
A lot of things. As us black girl, we have a lot of problems with hair. But I mean, not problems, but mostly we love switching hairs to hair. We love styling our hair every time. So it takes us more time than regular people. So
would you ever consider carrying your hair natural, like nappy hair?
yes.
Have you ever done that before?
Oh yeah, I had a mohawk before,
amazing.
and I'm thinking of doing it again. So I love natural hair too. I really.
What do you think the perception of ladies with natural hair is? Do you think there's any perception?
I think it's because of timing.
Yeah.
We take a lot of time with our hair. Like let's say you have work in the morning or you go to school in the morning. It's gonna take us like more than an hour to fix our hair. Than when we already fix it. Let's say when you have a weave or you have rasta, anything, that's easy. You just wake up and you have 10 minutes to fix and that's it. But when we have natural hair, that's when it's really hard because we have to do a lot of things, a lot of products just to make the hair look, yeah.
Here are some makeup do's and don'ts. Number 1 do. Go easy on your eyes. No heavy makeup, make sure it blends well on your eyes. Number 2, consider your entire look. So when you're making up every morning or every day before you leave the house, consider the fact that your makeup is part of an entire package and go according to the flow. Number 3, focus on one feature. Okay, so concentrate on one part of your face or one asset, maybe your lips or your eyes, and make that really stand out and tone down everything else. Number 4, go for long-lasting options like mascara or lip gloss. Number 5, do's. Get advice from a professional. So if you're not sure what color fits you or what to do, get a professional advice. And here are the don'ts. Do not go overboard with your makeup. Please, it's not a masquerade parade. Don't go overboard with your makeup. Number 2, do not overdo shimmer. Okay? Let's try not to tone down on the shimmer. Except, of course, you're going to a nightclub. Number 3, do not leave your house without a concealer, at least a foundation powder. Number 4, do not hang on to outdated techniques like lip liners or something that you know is so 50 years ago. Okay, this is 2010. Number 5, do not be afraid to experiment. It's your face at the end of the day. You need to experiment. You need to find more tricks and more techniques that work for your look. And most importantly, you need to carry yourself as a bourgeois that you are. Have a good one.